June 30th, 1908. Early in the morning, over a deserted part of eastern Siberia, in the area of Podkamennaya Tunguska, residents of nearby villages saw a bright object that looked like a huge fireball. It flew across the sky with a whoosh and a hum, leaving a trail of smoke and fire in its wake. A few seconds later, a powerful explosion occurred. The shock wave was so strong that within a radius of 2,000 kilometers, the sounds were heard even in Western Europe and Asia. In the epicenter, in the taiga, the trees lay like matchsticks on an area of 2,000 square kilometers. This is about the territory of an entire metropolis. And the strangest thing, there was no crater at the crash site. The researchers who reached the area years later found only a giant area of fallen forest in the shape of a butterfly. The trees were lying with their roots outwards, as if a monstrous explosion was coming from the center. But no meteorite, debris, or metal was found. This has given rise to dozens of hypotheses. Scientists have recorded another anomaly. The nights after the disaster were unusually bright throughout Europe, and even in London it was possible to read a newspaper in the light of the night sky. This suggests the release of a huge amount of dust into the atmosphere, mystical and alternative versions. But where to without mysterious hypotheses? Weapon test. There are versions that it was an explosion of an unknown weapon. Allegedly, even Nikola Tesla's experiments with energy transmission over a distance. Aliens. One of the most popular theories is that a spaceship crashed in the taiga. This is supported by unusual magnetic anomalies at the crash site and hunters' stories of strange glowing objects years later. A black hole or antimatter. Some physicists assume that the Earth would collide with a miniature black hole or a clump of antimatter. This would explain the enormous energy of the explosion and the absence of debris. But no evidence has been found for these theories. Researches. The first expeditions arrived only in 1927 under the leadership of Leonid Kulik. They were shocked by the scale of the destruction. Scientists recorded the radiation background, magnetic anomalies, and plant mutations. But the main thing is that the crater was never found. In the 1950s and 70s, new research was conducted. Microscopic beads of silicates and metals were found, which speaks in favor of the cosmic origin of the object. Conclusion. The Tunguska event reminds us how vulnerable the Earth is to outer space. One small asteroid can destroy an entire city. And what happened in Siberia in 1908 remains one of the greatest mysteries where science collides with mysticism. And who knows, maybe the real truth about the Tunguska meteorite is hidden somewhere in the archives.